we are getting ready to leave for our first sail of the year.
In the wind, into the wind, fast. We've done some good planning yesterday and we should have an average of 12 knots, maxing it around 25 of wind east, which would be very, very nice for our destination.
That was the prediction, but so far we have 0.0 knots of speed of wind.
It's nice and early, but we're heading off on our final destination is Saint Sebastian, which is where I'm going to do my yacht master. I think it's just something I've always wanted to do. I've heard really good things about it. We found a school very nearby with good reputation, which is Azimut, which we're going to sail to, which is about 80 miles away. And we were looking and planning our route, and we found an island called Ilha dos Covis. What does that mean?
Kale Island.
Kale Island. I've heard good things about it in the past. And we might do a stop over there. If the wind's really good, we might continue. Either way, it's nice and early, nice and flat. So let's get this engine running and get around the corner, open the sails. And also, this is going to be the year of fishing.
Ah, I heard that before. Shall we go?
Good girl.
You're so brave, Nikki. It's so good.
And we are officially off.
Parati has been incredibly kind to us. We fell in love with the town, we fell in love with the nature around it. And for a person who hates goodbyes, this nomadic life can get tough. But it's time that we go, it's time to keep moving, and I'm just feeling very thankful that we got to enjoy this place so much.
Let's go.
Let me enjoy the last days of me being captain.
If you're wondering what those tarps or that tarp is over there, it is the gaffs and the boom that we were building out there. Of course, we don't want them high up and unstrapped, so we brought them down here, covered them, strapped them down nice and securely. And as soon as possible, we'll get them back out and continue working on them. The only thing that's changed is that a small deadline has showed up that we have to make, and then we can continue this. As you might have just seen, we have brand new Mustang Survival Atlas 190 life jackets. With these waves and being like on the deck or in the cockpit is not an issue. However, once you start going up here, there's a lot less protection. Also, now I'm going to go and raise the mainsail, which is here. We might change that one day, but if you look around, I'm going to have to take those straps off, and then a life jacket is definitely good. And Peony wants to wear hers because she says they're just so comfortable. You can hardly notice them, which is really cool, because the previous ones we had were just so, you just knew they were there, and this is just part of my body now. So we've finally got a bit of wind coming in from the east. We're going to go around, well, between those islands, around it, and down all the way to Yabá. So let's get these straps off and hoist the mainsail already, because I think we can get some wind in this, even though there's not much wind. When the wind picks up, we'll start opening some other sails. Happy that's up. There's not much yet, but you can see, well, at least I can see the ripples in the water here are starting to appear, which means there's going to be a bit more wind, and when we're around that corner, hopefully we can just sail the whole way down. It's really cool, super easy to just remove once it's finished. Got the swell coming from where we came from, one from the south, which is the dominant swell, and the western wind swell pushing us. So we're in this kind of
washing machine.
That once we start getting up the coast in Brazil, the swells and the winds are going to be more constant. Right now I think we've got 2 swells coming from different direction and only 6 knots of wind, which is pushing us in every single direction.
The moment every sailor adores.
We just required that last point over there for us to be able to sail just on sail, but we're going very downwind and we can't even see our boom. So we're just going to keep it safe. We're going to go Alieta, which is Römerwind. Don't even know it in English, and then we'll jibe and do the same thing to the destination.
getting crispy a little.
It's good. We'll get there quickly. Alright, downwind, we've got 15 to 16 knots. Very, very pleasant at the moment. The swell in our back, except for that one over there. And we're just keeping it safe. We've got the main unreefed and the jib unreefed and the middle two sails not even open. We can do that because our mast is so low, which means our unreefed jib is practically, I don't know, what is it, 10 meters high. We're very, very safe. We're doing 5 knots, comfortable. Very, very nice. We've got 11.5 miles to go. Quick journey. It was already a quick journey to Yabá, but we split it in half just to make it pleasant. We don't really like doing night watches as we don't have autopilot yet. It just makes it really, really, really tough. So why not just go one day to Ilha dos Covis, and then tomorrow we'll continue our journey. But yeah, for 10, so that's about 2 more hours to go, and we'll show you guys. No fish yet, actually. There will be. Now.
Imagine.
That's good. Got one spoon, what do you got? One 25 feet deep, and one feather lure on the surface. We'll see. 18 knots. Looks like we're picking up some speed, guys. We might just go past this island and pick one of the next anchorages. Because maybe tomorrow the wind won't be like this, and getting some extra miles in now means no motoring tomorrow. Because I feel like here on this coast, or at least this part of coast, it's a lot of wind or no wind. There's not really a sailing breeze. So let's make the most of this, I think. We might come to this one on the way back up. 6.7 knots with 2 sails open. Let's go.
I saw 7 knots there. Whew, we're flying. I think the sail is flowing too nicely for us to stop now.
Yeah, I need to pay attention to where I'm going.
Nice. We decided to skip KO Island. We are about to pass it right now. We can see it just there.
I'm sure it's beautiful, but hear this.
Now, the main reason we're skipping it is because the sailing is flowing so well. We're enjoying this so much, doing 6 knots average.
6.8.
6.8,
Whatever,
7, whatever.
But we were just curious, do they allow dogs on the island? And then hear this, what MP discovered.
So when I was looking at where to anchor, I saw that it's a nature reserve, and I'm like, when the place is a nature reserve, it's usually beautiful, and I love that. But also some rules apply if you wanna come with your own boat to anchor and with your own dogs mainly, because dogs are not usually welcome on nature reserve. So I was doing some research to understand if we could go there, and it's a system that I've never heard before. So apparently, if you're coming from land, I couldn't find any information about you coming on your own boat. So what I could see is if you're coming from land, that you hire a company to come to this island. So apparently you have to choose if you want to do morning, afternoon, or lunch break. And each period you can come for 3 hours. So when you're on land, you buy like the bracelet for morning, the boat will bring you, and you can stay 3 hours with that bracelet here. But if you want to spend more hours, you should have bought the bracelet for lunch break before you left land, because there's no one selling bracelets here on the island, and you're not allowed on the island without the bracelet. So before leaving land, you have to choose already how many hours you want to spend, buy the amount of bracelets for that if they are available, because apparently for summer you have to make the reservation months earlier. So it might be a bit tricky for us to just stay there, arrive with our own boat, with our dogs, without a bracelet.
Maybe they're not fussy about people just stopping and leaving tomorrow. Maybe it's just to reduce the amount of tourism. For us, it would literally just be to shelter, and I'm sure there are different laws about that, which I'm going to find out soon doing my yacht master. But anyway, it's windy. We're going to go past Wave, and we're going to go to the Ubatuba Center.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice. We've been there before. We know it's sheltered. We know the dogs can go on the beach, and it's a little bit closer to our destination for tomorrow.
So I'm happy for KO Island for being so protected. Only 170 people are allowed at the same time, so I bet it makes it an amazing place. But it's going to be a no for us this time.
So this has added another 12 miles, which is less 12 miles tomorrow, which is nice. At 6.5 knots, which is beautiful. Looks like a cool island, and it's kind of L-shaped, so you could sit in a little corner and be sheltered.
Bye, KO Island, but the sailing is flowing too well for us to just stop right now. Next time, maybe.
Okay, we're almost there, except we're on the wrong tack and we're downwind. To avoid jibing in 18, nearly 19 knots, we are going to tack. So P's going to be tacking the Genoa, or the jib in this case, and I'll be loosening the sheet on the other side, and we'll have the engine on and spin almost a 360. Easy peasy.
You steer and I do the general?
Okay. Ready? I'll let you know when. Might get wavy. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, start pulling. Pulling, it'll go by itself. Start now. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Fast, fast, fast. Okay. Fast, 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 fast. Very nice. Okay. Leave it there, leave it there, leave it there. Come here. Steer towards the right side of the hill now. In the wind, in the wind, in the wind. Into the wind, fast. Into the wind. Okay, that went really, really nice, except the boom didn't tack itself. The topping lift got stuck in the pulley of the stay. So it just... I tried to yank it.
I was wondering what went wrong.
I was trying to yank it loose, and eventually I just dropped the sail and tied it. And the sail looks like a bit of a mess now, but we'll fix that later. Jeez! That's stuff you don't need. Anyway, you did a good job.
You did a good job.
The boom didn't. One of my favorite pictures of Yabá was made here. The bow and the big waves coming over. Exactly this place, arriving after the cyclone, or during actually.
And they levitated from the bed.
4 miles to go. At least we've got wind above, behind us now. So look at this, cruising. We don't even need the engine actually. We'll put it in. Oh, we're engine engaged. You can leave it. One sail open. That one's ready to be rolled up when we reach the corner. Good job. Nice trip so far. What's a trip without a bit of excitement?
First trip of the year. Well, it's just on state check. It's to be swing.
But it's a good thing to know that that has to be fixed. Either way, the backstay is going, and we're having 2 running backstays, or runners, which is also going to solve that issue. Just when you think you're glad to be arriving in the shelter, it's getting dark and you're ready to just drop anchor, put your feet up, have a cup of tea. You've got people who leave still to earn a living, and massive respect. Massive respect. Half the size of this boat and just heading straight into the waves to go and catch fish. Insane. Congrats. Well, I'm happy to be doing the tea and legs up option. What's funny, I just looked, he's shrimping, and that reminds me of Forrest Gump when he was the only boat out in the hurricane, and no one else was out, and he caught all the shrimp. Maybe that's his plan as well. Maybe he's watched the movie. We have arrived at a sheltered Anchorage. It's still quite choppy over here because we're just around the corner. It's not really a big inlet or anything. The plan is to walk the dogs. I'm going to drop the dinghy because I don't want to kayak against the wind. We'll see how it is tomorrow. I'll go on the roof. Or we'll go on the roof and we'll fix that issue because I don't want to be opening sails at an Anchorage now and reflaking them. We'll do it later. The wind's dropped a little bit. And tomorrow or after tomorrow we're off again. And it's time for us to put our feet up.
If the Anchorage is gonna be like this, we're leaving tomorrow. I miss Parati already.
Yeah. It's shaky. Guess I need to clean the hull. Nice sunny day for a pit stop. This swell has slowed down a lot. We were hesitant on leaving this morning or tomorrow morning. As there's no wind both days, we're just going to wait for the swell to drop a bit. Over there at the tip, you can still see the big waves from yesterday slamming. No rush, so let's do a little pit stop. And all the rigging, all the sailing rigging we have right now is still our old rigging, which we are changing bit by bit, especially now that we're going to change the entire sails. So these things shouldn't happen anymore. Now let's clarify what happened yesterday. So we were going downwind with preference to one tack. If I'm not mistaken, it was a port tack, and we had to go to a starboard tack. So instead of jibing, we decided to turn the engine on and peel us at the sheet of the head sail that we'd opened, and we did almost a 360 turn so that the main sail would just tack itself instead of jibe. A lot safer, especially as it's both of us. Now what happened, and this is where I think it was strange, as this sail was tacking, the topping lift got stuck in the pulley of the backstay. Now that might not make sense, so let's go and see what happens. So what I'm going to do first, to make sure there's no tension in my hand while I try and undo it, we are just going to drop the boom, drop the topping lift completely. So now there is no more tension on the line that I'm going to work with. Yesterday when we arrived, I also flaked this, which is it was a mess because in the video you saw I was just grabbing it together so it wasn't flapping about. Of course, as we were tacking into the wind, all the topping lifts were just blowing backwards and got caught in here. Someone testing their engine over there. So our topping lift is fastened to the tip of the boom, runs up, ideally not through this pulley, to the pulley up there, back down to pulley the tip of the boom and back so we can access it there. However, going upwind through that tack, it blew it back and somehow got stuck in here. Have a look how squeezed that is. And also I wasn't going to risk pulling it out and doing something under tension. As everything was under tension yesterday and everything was flapping about, I was busy yanking this, and I thought if this comes off, my hands are on a line under great tension. So I let go and decided to drop the sail instead, just to save myself. So now that we've removed this tension, oh, sheesh. It might work.
It's loosening a lot already. Yeah.
Anyway, these lines are also all going to be replaced once we've got the new rigging. So, ta-da! Best thing to do if you're not sure on the moment itself, drop the sail, turn the engine on. Because this, imagine if I'd got it out and the tension just pushed the boom away, I would have just gone with it. So I think it was
You're gonna use your life jacket for the first time.
So we've got we've got the new life jackets, but I don't want to show you how they look once they've inflated just yet. But yeah, I feel like I did the right thing, and I'm happy we did this with a topping lift with no load on it. Very, very cool. Now let's go and explore the town a bit, come back, and tomorrow morning first thing we're gonna leave over to Yabá.
There's just one thing I didn't understand.
What?
What would have happened to you if you were holding that with tension?
No, it's disgusting here.
Ah, come on!
Also, you just don't want to know. No, no, it's not nice water here. If it was anywhere else, I would have. Call me a party pooper, but no.
Party pooper.
Burrito in the belly, milkshake in the belly. Tomorrow morning, early wake up, and another 30 miles until our final destination. It should be a piece of cake, not in the belly. At least Kaio's now.